Andreas Georgia for MMA Plus, now joined by Sam Creasey, post-fight at Cage Warriors 86. Paul Marin, he put an onslaught on you to start with in the fight, but you weathered it like it was nothing, and you came back and you knocked him out with a devastating right hand. Does that show the intent that you have in this flyweight division?
Yeah, I believe so. You know, I'm coming for whoever's at the top. Whoever that is who's ranked #1, I'm making my way there. Paul was a tough guy, you know. He hit those shots very well, but I really, it's going to be tough to finish me, man. I think you got to have me out cold one shot. Otherwise, I ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to keep on bouncing back to my feet and being an annoying little person.
Is that the heart and determination of you? You know, is it just part of who you are and how you hold yourself inside the cage?
Yeah, I believe so. There is an attitude, I think, that I try to teach to a lot of my guys. It's about mental toughness and the ability to fight through those bad spots. Well, everybody wants to win all perfect and all lovely and everything's very flowy and pretty, but that's not how a fight is. A fight is really a dogfight, yeah? And it's going to get nasty and bloody and horrible. Everyone's going to get a little bit of everything, you know?
Absolutely. And for you as well, you've got a great record, but there has, you know, there's obviously the one defeat and there's been the blips with fights cancelled and, of course, so problems with weight as well. Looking at your whole career in that perspective, do you feel that you're maybe potentially behind where you could be right now? Because when you go out there, and we've seen how fantastic you can be, and we can see the momentum you've put together, but it just seems that the narrative of it all around has maybe held you back a little bit.
Yeah, I think, here's the deal. I'm my own coach. Everything I've been taught has been from experience or from YouTube videos or from watching old UFC fights. Everything I've done with a weight cut has been looking at the internet. So when I first started training, it was everyone's doing a 20-pound cut. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. Do you know what I mean? And then I work out very quickly my body doesn't like that very much. You know, we had some bad mishaps with saunas not being available on the day, that sort of thing, but also it's my naivety as my own coach. So those mistakes I've learned from, and I'm evolving now. The experiences are getting better, they're getting greater. I'm on a bigger show. I've made the weight consistently now, and I've done it without a sauna for the last time. So I even shocked myself a little bit there.
But is it the loyalty there why you've not potentially moved outwards and gone to train at other gyms? Do you hold a loyalty to your guys and to your gym? Does that hold you back at all whatsoever? It's a deep question, I know.
I would say that's a good consideration. I have trained at other gyms. I've gone to Brazil for a month to train out there, and I've trained at a lot of places around the country, and I've found that in general, I can get what I need from them through sparring sessions and through perhaps popping up there a couple times a week and doing a little training. But most of the stuff that is improving me and building my game is the stuff that I'm working on every day. By myself, with my brother, with all the other guys in the gym, just putting everybody through it. Yeah. And, you know, like, we're not stupid. We're quite intelligent with our training. We put together good training camps and good training scenarios, and we're all getting better.
No, well, we can see you improve every time you get into the cage, really, with Cage Warriors. I don't know what their intentions are with a flyweight title. I genuinely don't know if they want one. But if they are going to invest in it, do you feel like you and Shaj Haque is the fight to make?
I think it's a good fight to make. It's a legitimate fight to make. The question is then, who's next after one of us fights for the title? This is unfortunately the problem with any of the shows in the UK. If you've got one flyweight challenger and another one on Cage Warriors and another one elsewhere, they're all going to be signed to different contracts. We're going to say, you ain't going to fight on this show. So, you know, I think the fight's a good fight. It's a title-worthy fight. Whether that is enough to then build a flyweight division behind, you know, that's another question in itself.
And I mean, I don't even know if it's just a UK problem, because we've seen it with the UFC as well, and there is that apprehension there to really put force behind flyweight athletes. Does your future genuinely lie in this division, or do you think potentially, as you grow, as you improve, and as you get more fights behind you, that moving up makes sense?
I did once upon a time. I think as a flyweight, I am one of the best in the world. I think as a bantamweight, I'm very good. But the size disparity was very obvious to me when I fought Chris Edwards. Now, I was able to outstrength him, possibly through having a bit more muscle. But the little details like the size of his head, the size of his hands, the size of his legs, his hips, were just that much bigger than me, and he's not a big bantamweight. I think he cuts a very minimal amount to get there. So, and I've trained with guys like Davey Grant and James Pennington, and I'm like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Those are bantamweights. That's difficult to deal with, So I think flyweight is my home. Whether that is always, we'll see.